wanted to get back at AC for telling him what to do, for waking him up and causing him to fail his tests. Brushing the toilet with AC's toothbrush wasn't enough. He knew NDMA would cause damage to AC because in his research, he used it to induce tumors. He knew what it would do to AC. But growing a tumor takes a long time. By then, they wouldn't be roommates anymore, and no one would know because NDMA is entirely undetectable in the blood after a few days, but it hangs around in the liver continuously causing damage, even in small amounts. He thought that this was going to be something easy, but he emptied the entire vial into AC's water bottle. NDMA mixes in water, and so it was hard to tell that anything was wrong. In the hospital, doctors were monitoring AC's brain activity. It was becoming low. His heart rate was slowing down. Even if doctors found NDMA earlier, the moment that AC took his first sip of the water, it was done. There's no known antidote for this, and even in medical literature, there's only a handful of descriptions of poisonings in this amount, and the tumor-causing ability of this chemical has been well documented for decades. Something that you might find in literature if you search N-nitrosodimethylamine, and I don't want you to be scared about this, is that it appears in cured meats, including bacon and ham. That's why some meat packages will say that they don't contain nitrates and nitrites, because foods that have those will form nitrosamines when cooked. And that's why you'll see reports saying things like bacon causes cancer. But if you notice, the levels that are reported in bacon are parts per billion, so they're really low. That's not to say that there's no risk, just be aware of this. And know that AC was given a massive direct dose, equivalent to if he ate more than 1 billion pieces of bacon's worth of NDMA. As the days passed, AC's brain activity on the monitor was gone. His heart rate was 0. At autopsy, they found that fluid had swelled into his brain and bleeding was all over the right side. Every organ in his body showed signs of hemorrhage. His liver had a nutmeg appearance, meaning that blood flow was congested and that many parts of it had been starving of oxygen for a long time before it was over. And they were able to confirm that this was from a massive N-nitrosodimethylamine poison. Authorities gathered enough evidence. Jason was arrested. He was put on trial. He was found guilty of all charges, and he was sentenced. A lot of us have had roommates that we probably really didn't like. I was pretty lucky that I've always had very good ones, but I remember seeing others on my floor have problems in their rooms and in their clusters. If you have unreconcilable differences with your roommates, you can only control your own actions. The best way is trying to find any way possible to physically move yourself out of that situation, not to do anything to them. Needless to say, permanently remove them, like what happened here. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and be well.